African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command in combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation as of June 16, 2025. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces advanced deep into the enemy's defense. They defeated concentrations of manpower and equipment of 3 mechanized, a Jaeger, 2 airborne assault brigades, 2 assault regiments of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and a territorial defense brigade in the areas of the settlements of Novaya Sich, Rizevka, Iskraskovshina, Pisarevka, Sadki and Sumy Oblast and Udy and Kharkiv Oblast. That the Ukrainian Armed Forces lost over 230 servicemen, 8 combat armored vehicles, 3 cars, and 3 field artillery guns. An electronic warfare station and 2 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the West Group of Forces have improved their tactical position. Formations of the mechanized, airborne assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and 2 territorial defense brigades were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Kupiansk, Kolodezhnoye, Glushchenkovo in the Kharkiv region, Kirovsk and Shandrigolovo in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost up to 190 servicemen, a tank and 10 pickups. An ammunition depot was destroyed. The units of the southern group of troops took up more advantageous lines and positions. They defeated the manpower and equipment of 4 mechanized, motorized infantry, mountain assault and airmobile brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the areas of the settlements of Seversk, Minkovka, Semenovka, Bondinoy, Chesavyar, Dalivka, and Konstantinovka of the Donetsk People's Republic. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost more than 175 servicemen, 2 combat armored vehicles, including a U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 4 cars, and an artillery piece. 3 electronic warfare stations, a U.S.-made and MPQ-64 radar station, 2 ammunition depots and 2 supply depots were destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces improved their position along the front line. Formations of 5 mechanized, 2 airborne assault brigades, a brigade of unmanned systems of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 2 brigades of Marines and 3 brigades of the National Guard were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Dmitrov, Krasnoarmysk, Novonikolayevka, and Novosergivka of the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost up to 490 servicemen, 4 armored combat vehicles, including a U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 5 pickup trucks, and an artillery piece. A U.S.-made and TPQ-36 counter-battery radar was destroyed. Units of the East Group of Forces continued to advance into the depths of the enemy's defense. They defeated the manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and a territorial defense brigade in the areas of the settlements of Zaporizhia in the Donetsk People's Republic, Novopavlovka in the Dnipropetrovsk region, Guliapol and Temirovka in the Zaporizhia region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost more than 175 servicemen, an armored combat vehicle, 11 vehicles, 3 field artillery pieces, and 2 electronic warfare stations. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces defeated formations of a mechanized, mountain assault brigade, 3 coastal defense brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and a territorial defense brigade in the areas of the populated areas of Novodanilovka, Pavlovka in the Zaporizhia region, Zolotea Baka, Nikolskoye, and Antonovka in the Kherson region. Up to 60 servicemen, 6 vehicles, 2 electronic warfare stations, an ammunition depot, and a supply depot were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of the Russian Armed Forces groups have damaged an enterprise of the Ukrainian military-industrial complex, a training center of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, air defense radar stations, assembly shops, storage and control points for strike unmanned aerial vehicles, warehouses of ammunition, explosives, and material, as well as temporary deployment points for units of Ukrainian armed formations and foreign mercenaries in 156 districts. Air defense systems shot down 6 U.S.-made JDAM guided aerial bombs and 104 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 663 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 63,737 unmanned aerial vehicles, 611 anti-aircraft missile systems, 23,922 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,572 combat vehicles of multiple launch rocket systems, 26,251 field artillery and mortar guns, 36,910 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.